It is time. We are back with another best players in each position video. I'm a big fan of these videos because I essentially get to waffle about my favorite cards in the game right now. Cards that I've tried out in draft or on the RTG that I think maybe you should take a look at. And in this video in particular, we're going to set a budget of 250k. That is the maximum amount any of these cards can cost. So smash a like if you like these kind of videos and make sure to subscribe if you are new around here. We're on the road to 50k subs. So maybe you've watched a video of mine before and you like the content. If that is you out there, you're not subbed yet, completely free to do so. Smash that button and we get a step closer towards my goal. For the best place to buy FC26 coins, look no further than MMOEXP.com. And when you're at checkout, do not forget to use my code Morsey to save yourself 8% off your entire order. Link in the description. So starting off with the goalkeepers then. As you can see, the man in the sticks for me is Big Ollie Khan. I'm not obviously going to mention him as an option because you can't go and obtain this card as he was a debut icon. But yes, if you've got him, you should be using him in the sticks. I think he is a very, very decent option. And we're not doing a specific top 10 or top 5 in this video. I just basically want to cover as many players as possible, as quickly as possible, to help you identify cards that maybe you should be trying out in your squads for FUT Champions, Rivals, the Gauntlet, whatever game mode you guys are seshing right now. So goalkeepers, I say this every time, super subjective. For some reason, this position in particular, a lot of hot or cold players, right? For me, for example, Donnarumma could be ridiculous. For Timmy watching at home, you might absolutely despise him. So keep that in mind here. The few things I tend to look for: chemistry you get for the whole team, the height. It's not super important, but I do like having a taller keeper, and base and playstyle pluses. So to highlight a few goalkeepers in particular, Georgi Mamadashvili, I think genuinely might be one of the guys this year, okay? A lot of pro players have been repping him in their team. You probably face him a fair amount in FUT Champs or Rivals. Chemistry, it's not super easy with the Nation Link, but Liverpool Premier League, pretty simple. And for 7k, this guy has a lot going for him. Far throw, footwork and cross-claimer. Footwork for me is one of the best goalkeeper playstyles. That and far reach and also 1v1 close down are the three that I try and keep an eye out for in my goalkeepers. As well as that, the boy's 6'6", so he's a pretty big geezer. Another player that I'm absolutely despising matching against right now is Karnes Seshi. Hopefully I said that right. He's got rush out, which is the 1v1 close down here. He's also 6'3", so pretty big and just a nightmare. If you're going for the Serie A, if you're on a budget, honestly, this man will do a job for you. Can't go wrong. The heavy hitters, Courtois, never in doubt. Cross-claimer, it has a use, but it's not crazy usable for me. I like the rush out as well as far throw, and of course 6'7", he's a big old boy. And then Donnarumma with the footwork, the deflector. This guy, he saves everything. I also want to quickly shout out a few super budget picks here. Chevalier, 1.1k. This man, every time I face him, bro, he's an absolute nightmare. Footwork and rush out on the base playstyles. He's only 6'2", but crazy overpowered, right? If you've got Ligue 1 team, maybe PSG links, he's a decent option, as well as Juan Garcia. This guy on my RTG absolutely flies. If you've been watching that series, lads, you would have seen this man pulling off some unbelievable saves. Barcelona, Spanish, really good chemistry, and a slightly more expensive option, and a very surprisingly good keeper is David Raya. There's something about this man with the reflexes and the speed, the movement. He just feels super fast to get across the goal, make those far reach saves without having the playstyle, cross-claimer and footwork. And he is only 6 foot, so a little bit smaller, but honestly, using him and playing against him, the height doesn't really tend to affect him. All right, so let's talk about right backs. And as you can see, 250k as a price maximum. There's a lot of really good options here. The market, it plummeted, it's rebounded, it plummets, it rebounds, it's all over the place, right? And with how little coins a lot of us are making from Rivals, a lot of these really decent meta cards are becoming a little bit cheaper because not everyone can really afford them at this stage of the game. Hakimi probably being the out and out most meta option for sure. Just speed goes a long way with fullbacks in my opinion. Like, you can definitely afford to sacrifice physicality and defending stats if your player is really fast. And that's noticeable with a player like Hakimi, and also Frimpong, a slightly more budget option here. He's also got ridiculous base play styles. I've not actually tried this Trent Alexander-Arnold, but if you like a false back, if you like a player who can maybe a bit more creative, almost like a playmaker in that right back position, I've got no doubts he is going to be absolutely fantastic. So to run through a few pretty premium options here, Di Lorenzo, the only thing really against this man is the playstyles. Like, long ball, first touch, relentless doesn't really do a lot for me in this position, but he is still really solid and super physical. Like, you look at 76 strength in game, it feels higher. This man's going to get involved and he's going to barge your opponents off the ball. A very similar card and a player that I still use in my main account to this day. Let's have a little look how many games he's clocked in. It's got to be a lot, right? 244 matches for Reece James. Wow. One of the first SBCs we reviewed on this channel, and this man is fantastic, all right? As soon as I can give him a pretty decent playstyle plus, I'll be doing that, and hopefully he's evolvable at some point. Obviously, you can't obtain it now, but if you've got him, let me know if you're still using him down below. And another very, very premium option here, 115,000 is Jules Koundé. A little bit behind Hakimi for me, but still a phenomenal right back. Like the ultimate defensive right back. And having Jockey Playstyle Plus this year, with how easy it is to do left stick dribbling or how hard it is to defend against players who we'll touch on shortly, certain left wingers from Barcelona in the Liga F. Yeah, Jockey Playstyle Plus will definitely help, and Koundé has just that. Marcus Llorente, a really good kind of mid to premium option here at 50,000. Maybe a little bit steep, but as soon as this guy fits in Evo, oh my days, it is going to be an absolute skyrocket in the price, that is for sure, boys. This man is super well-rounded, can play as well as a centre mid if you need to push him up there in game. Alex Scott, solid. It's the jockey, it's the speed combination. You've also got Anticipate. And yes, she's not the biggest. A lot of these women's cards aren't crazy tall in the fullback position, but they are very, very usable. And speed, the jockey speed is there with Alex Scott. Similar story of Lucy Bronze. Very, very identical looking cards here. Just Lucy has a bit more going for her in the stat department. And she's actually 74k, which is almost the same price as Alex Scott. Really solid again, the Jockey Plus. I like that playstyle. Now, if you're on a budget, these are a few players that I'm a big fan of. Denzel Dumfries, super, super solid. Ola Aina, this guy, an absolute tank. Trust me, get him in your club, wait for an Evo. He's going to be very popular. Gusto as well. You got the speed, pretty good base playstyles for a lowest rated gold card here. And I tell you what, Jed Spence is ridiculous on this game, all right? Just take my word for it. This guy, I'm sure a lot of you out there have been using him at some point. He's crazy if you're on a super low budget. Now, centre backs, and there are the obvious selections that seem to be up here every single year. Okay, you got the likes of Virgil van Dijk with Intercept Playstyle Plus, Marquinhos as well. And I will say Playstyle Pluses. There's a debate this year to which one is the out and out most meta. A lot of people love Intercept. Bruiser, obviously now that they've had a little tweak in the patch, as well as Anticipate, they are probably still the three best for an out-and-out centre-back in my opinion. So try and target them as much as you can. You cannot go wrong with the likes of Virgil van Dijk. Marquinhos, probably one of the craziest, most overpowered for centre-backs in the game right now. Carvalho, I've not actually tried out, but on paper, he looks fantastic. Pacho, brilliant. Saliba, I bought this man for, I think, 190k on my main account. I've not sold him, so we've taken a hit in regards to transfer value, but he is good in-game. Now, Wendy Renard looks fantastic as well. This Cornerstones card, Anticipate, long ball, jockey, slide tackle. I tell you what, slide tackle this year, I'm a big fan, all right? I come in clutch with some crazy slide tackles, especially on the RTG, having Schlotterbeck and Hinkepie, both with slide tackle playstyle plus. But Wendy's a brilliant option if you've got D1 Arkema links. For example, you could be looking at a Diani or Demorne, those kind of cards. Nice way to get chemistry in for sure. Big fan of Hanchko here. Now, looking at the price, compare him to a lot of the players as we looked at here. Marquinhos, for example, Pacho. Now that these guys have dropped off in price a fair bit, 63k might be a little bit steep, but no doubt if you've got this man, I'm sure he's putting in a stint for you because it's exactly what he's been doing for me. Anticipate, jockey as well. Really, really solid option. Big, big fan of the boy. Ibanez, once again, if you're on a budget, very, very solid shout. I'm a big fan, obviously, of Mickey van der Ven. Not in the real world because he's a Spurs player and I'm an Arsenal fan, but bias aside for these videos, this guy is an absolute tank. You know it already, 90 pace, and I believe he's 6'4", right? Yeah, 6'4", so tall, quick is a combination. Now, one of my favorite centre-backs in the game right now is level 40's Fikayo Tomori. Block, bruiser, enforcer. This guy is quick, will come in clutch with those blocks, and he's physical, okay? Shielding the ball is actually quite useful in this game, especially if you win it and your opponent's got loads of players in and around the box and it's a bit chaotic. A little left trigger hold goes a long way. This guy for me has been fantastic. Let me know if you've unlocked him and you tried him out yourself. I know it's a bit of a hot or cold opinion on this card, so I want to hear from you down below. Another player that is crazy popular right now, obviously the Barca Spanish links for players like Lamine Yamal, getting great chemistry there, but Pau Kubasi always is brilliant. Last year, fantastic. I think it was his Future Stars last year. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Really solid card, but Intercept, it's nice, man. Especially to cut out those double X and double triangle through ball passes. Like, it's just an absolute nightmare, man. So we'll come in clutch. Also with centre backs, a thing you could definitely focus on the budget is speed. Speed is big, as well as having somewhat decent defending and physical stats like a LaCroix here. Definitely a little bit more outdated now, but by all means, he is still usable. Also, Hinkepie, this is the... hold up. This is a bit more like it. That's the Leverkusen version. This is the Arsenal version. He's still 10k. Speed, defending, physicality, and slide tackle playstyle plus, boys. Trust me on this. Don't overlook that playstyle. A few more really solid shouts here. Pavard, the team of the week. Looks fantastic on paper and one of the better Liga and centre-backs. Like this man and Marquinhos, you're in safe hands, boys. Trust me on that one. Eder Militao, you're looking at the speed once again. He's always got a bit of premium here, but he genuinely does feel really solid and quick in game, as well as Rudiger. If you want a man who's just going to be no nonsense in your face, chucking elbows, this is the guy. And just to highlight a few more budget options, Bremer, really nice if you're going for the Serie A. Ronald, actually, I'm using now on my RTG. You got the Barca chemistry there. Fantastic base playstyles. Davinson Sanchez, super budget and some really good chemistry links to the Turkish Super League. And then Agbadu. I wonder if I can actually see his Evo here. Here we go. There's a ridiculously solid evolution you could cook up with this man, which is essentially free. So definitely worth looking into until you get up to Backline Glow, which I believe is 10,000 coins total. So really good options on this game for your centre-backs. Now left backs, and the out-and-out #1 pick for me in this budget, should be no surprise, it's Nuno Mendes. The PSG links, ridiculous base playstyles with a quick step. This man is a speed demon and an absolute nightmare to play against. Another crazy card, and I still can't believe he's only 17k. All right, I'm actually going to pick, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go buy one of him right now, just in case he fits an Evo in the near future, because Hernandez is mad. Still, overpowered, physical, strong, quick. You can't really go wrong with this guy. If you can get him in on chemistry, which isn't too difficult with the French links, and of course, cornerstones, I believe there's still that cosmetic Evo, which gives an extra club link, which will basically give him a free 1 chemistry. Getting at least 2 chem on him is pretty easy, and for the price, yeah, crazy budget. Basha, massive fan of this card, used the card a fair bit, linking up the brand and also Demorne, really quick, really good on the ball, and having high agility and balance is nice to have in these positions, especially if you want to overlap and use your fullbacks in your build-up play. Similar kind of vibe with Karchawi. These two here, just crazy good, man. I'm actually shocked she doesn't have a playstyle plus. I thought she did. Either way, base playstyles are good. Alphonso Davies, 3,000 coins for Alphonso Davies. If you've got Bundesliga chemistry needed, especially Bayern Munich, this man right here should definitely be a guy. Similar story for La Liga on a budget. Bolde is good. Very similar to Jeremy Frimpong. I'm actually using him right now to link to Lamine on my RTG. And he does have a slightly more premium option, which I believe, yeah, just about misses out here, but this card's also fantastic. And no surprise, yes, we're back, boys. Okay, Ferland Mendy's going nowhere, at least for now. 81 rated, 8.5k for a Mendy card at this stage of the game. Yeah, and he can still dominate on the pitch. Also, a few more shouts I want to point out here. Players like Ruggeri, still really solid at this stage of the game. And these squad foundations, they're starting to become evolvable. So if you've got him, maybe keep an eye out. Bonpastor, similar again to Karchawi and also Basha. Just crazy quick, but also really technical on the ball. Capdevia, I actually used. Let me know if you've got him, by the way. I wasn't the biggest fan of this man, but Anticipate Playstyle Plus, the stats are there. Maybe it's just my experience with the card. So if you've got him, let me know down below. Beasley, you're looking at the speed. Can't go wrong with him. Mark Cucurella. Super well-rounded, really good. And a quick honourable shout-out for Mary Alice Vinola here. Gets fantastic chemistry too, Sophia Wilson. And once again, she fits that kind of build of being super quick, really aggressive in the tackle. 95 strength as well on the card is something you can't overlook. Interesting base play styles and basically discard. All right, moving up to CDMs, and this is quite funny, right? At the time of recording, the lowest bid of this card is 249k. So technically he fits this video, but as you can tell by the last sales, they're a little bit over 250. But I'm going to be cheeky and include him. Ryan Gravenberg, his gold card, really good at the start of the game. Still good now, but the team of the week, a little bit better. Intercept, incisive, press proven, really valuable play styles. This guy is just big, physical, will get involved, break up the play, but can also carry it and distribute when needed. Kefren Turam, very similar kind of vibe here. 169k. Hullet gang across the board. 3-star. Could play as a box-to-box as well if you want him to, but for me, this man's a box crasher, boys. Let him loose. Crashing into the box. He's a dominant man. He's 6'4" as well, so big presence in the midfield. Patri Gaharo. Crazy. Dude, every time. She's just ridiculous, man. Also, Box Crasher plus as a CDM. Ridiculous cards. All these Liga F Barca women's cards. It's so easy to build a crazy overpowered kind of core. Super easy to get chemistry to all of them because they're mostly Spanish and Barca, and they're all crazy good. Now, another Spanish midfielder is Mariona. I remember buying her card, I think like day 1 or day 2, and using her as a CDM. just mad. Like, so fast. And relentless playstyle plus, you don't have to worry about the stamina. You could go into extra time, those long Gauntlet games or Champs games, and she'll be fine for the full 120 minutes. Really quick, really technically good on the ball, and 34k, for me, I think might still be a little bit too cheap here. And even cheaper is Kim Little, by the way. Press proven playstyle plus, incisive as well. Look at the dribbling. Now, I'm a big fan of having at least one super big physical player who's got the intercept, who can get involved, break up the play, and be that kind of enforcer. And then a slightly more technical, smaller player alongside them. Kim Little fits that kind of build here with ridiculous dribbling. Like, wow. On the ball, she'll beat the press and pick a pass easily. Pedri as well. Definitely one of my favorite CDMs. I feel like this guy just has it all, bro. Once again, it's that dribbling. It's super effective. And you look at his stats, I feel like he always gets a little bit hard done by. Like, they don't look that good, minus the short pass and also crazy good dribbling stats. But this guy is crazy good in game. You have my word on that one. The most overpowered CDM in the game right now, though, especially for this price, has to be Tijani. Now, what shocks me the most about this man, having used him a fair bit, is the dribbling, right? I know it's the highest stat on the card, but you don't expect him to move as good as he does. Like, this guy genuinely feels really, really good with the left stick and also the control sprint. Having base technicals nice. Pushing forward with the ticky, crazy, crazy effective, especially with counterattacks this year around. Just a really, really solid card, and he's now under 100k. Let me know if you've got him or you've tried him out yourself. Another man a little bit more premium is Moises Caicedo. Now, his gold card, bro, with slide tackle playstyle plus, really solid. And I feel like you look at this card, right? Last year, I don't think this card would have got the love it got this year. There's something about it. Doesn't look absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't look crazy in game, but he's more than usable. And now we got power shot. Not the best playstyle plus out there, but still very good. Partnered with Tiki, Pinged, Intercept, Anticipate, Press Proven, Relentless. This guy is a workhorse in the midfield and really solid. A player I actually packed for my 15-0 awards here is Stiller. For some reason, I called him Ben Stiller for the longest time. I forgot his first name, but it is Angelo, as you can see. And I packed him. I don't think too much about it. We gave him a run out as a Bundesliga kind of setup. And this guy's very good. It's the Tiki plus. Crazy with the incisive, the long ball, interceptor, press proven. This year, more than ever, play styles, you need to be looking at what you guys have, boys, because all these 5 here, really, really good for a CDM. Now, a couple more premium options. Frankie de Jong, 170k. Partner this guy alongside the likes of a Pedri, and you are absolutely set for the foreseeable in this position. Deep line playmaker plus, really, really tidy. Vitinha, the dribbling. This guy is an absolute nightmare to get the ball off. Ignore the speed, because when he's using in the control sprint, like, he feels faster. You've got fantastic base playstyles as well, man. Like, cracking card. Once he gets a promo card, mate, it's going to be lights out. And a few slightly more budget picks here. Tonali, I really enjoyed this card using him. Enforcer's really nice in this position. And for a Premier League link here, you can't go wrong. Grace Giora as well. Look at the stats, right? 7.3k for this card. Madness. Her and Mariona being in the same league, you could get some really good options from the women's leagues if you look at the right places, boys. And Gioro, yeah, madness. Look at the playstyles as well, pretty tidy. Tyler Morton, I packed this man on the RTG. At the time, I was a bit like, yeah, it looks all right. But you look at his stats. Evo potential, 83 rated. Fantastic base playstyles already. You can give him tiki-taka playstyle plus as well. I think from the Gauntlet, is that where you get that one? Set him up for a future Evo, boys. England as well for the English team. I'm a big fan of this guy. And the RTG legend, I've evolved him, is Felix. My box crasher on the RTG, boys. This guy is a tank. Fielders, you tend to have a lot of similar players because most CDMs can play centre mid and almost in the cam position as well. So something to keep an eye on. You could go for players like Karchawi, Little here, Patry, really good. Same with Mariona and Reinders. So they're probably going to be basically the picks for the centre mid and CDMs, but there's a few centre mids that I do want to touch on. Number one, for example, Scott McSauce. What sauce is this man be consuming over there at Napoli? Because he is an absolute machine, bro. Playmaker, box to box, incisive. The incisive gold alone is a ridiculous playstyle for this man. But low driven, as an arriving late for the extra pass kind of player, this guy will deliver goals. And he's just going to be super physical. I really like Scott McTominay on this game. Jude Bellingham is good. For some reason, I haven't really clicked with him quite yet this year, but I know I will at one point, so he's definitely a card to keep an eye on. I tell you what, centre mid or cam, NWSL chemistry, ping pass, with those base play styles, Madness. So send attacking midfielders then, and we've got some pretty crazy options to look at here. A lot of alternate positions this year, as you could tell, like a lot of wingers and strikers can also play as an attacking midfielder. But my like standout picks for sure are going to be the likes of Dabinia, crazy fast, the dribbling, as you very well aware, is ridiculous. Musiala, this guy gets so much love, and for 40k, it almost seems too cheap. He's 5-star, 4-star, Shadow Striker plus here. The base playstyles and the technical with those dribbling stats, mate, this guy's crazy, crazy nice. Florian Wirtz, 149k now. Wow, he has dropped a lot. But the golden size, if he is the cam, you would have seen at the start of the video in my main team right now. Also, a player we used for the last weekend league is Eberiche Eze here, and he's fantastic. He's only missing some seriously solid passing playstyles. If he had like an incisive, a pinged, or a ticky, it would elevate him a little bit. That's maybe put me off the price tag. 200k, in my opinion, might still be a little bit too pricey, but he is fantastic in game. I'm obviously a massive fan of this guy, bro. Sang his praises in the review and on my RTG. Arda Güler, mad. Like, I actually gave him an engine, right? Just to max out the dribbling as much as we can as the speed and passing, and it helps. Really good base play styles for the price. Definitely the best value SBC out there for a center attacking midfielder, in my opinion. Dybala, really good. And what I like about Dybala is body type seems a little bit bigger in game. Like, and it kind of works for him, right? He feels a little bit stocky. It's a unique body type. That might be why, right? So always the case, right? Well, not always, but in my recent opinion, unique body types tend to always feel a little bit overpowered in game, and that is for sure the case with this guy. You've got some really nice premium options like Rui Costa, Pulisic if you want to go down that route as well. Iniesta, obviously, or Totti if you pack these cover icons. Another card we need to touch on. Is this man, Leo Messi. As a cam, as a striker, as a right wing, anywhere you want to play him, this guy is fantastic this year. Base playstyles, tiki-taka playstyle plus the dribbling, and I believe he's rumoured to be coming in the ratings reload promo, so that could be pretty dangerous if that is the case, boys. Also, honourable shout out, Cold Palmer. This guy can move this year. Lean tall, he feels quick, he feels solid and inventive, as well as game changer. Mate, you'll have some fun with this guy. So right mid / right wing, and one player hands down better than the rest in this price bracket for me is Lamine Yamal. I get asked a lot my favorite card I've used on the game. This guy genuinely might be that. Lamine this year is special, boys. The finesse shots are crazy. The base playstyles, technical as well. With the dribbling, he just feels crazy, crazy good. And the ultimate touchline winger, but also cutting in on his left foot. It's impossible to stop him once you get weaving with the technical playstyle plus. And also really good option is Diani, and that should be no surprise to you because if you've been playing the game, you've probably tried her card out or matched against her a lot. Finesse shot playstyle plus, enforcer, game changer, technical quick step. Nah, she's absolutely broken in game, bro. A lot of the D1 Arkema cards are. Now, a man who is no longer available but still absolutely terrorizes me to this day is Nicolas Pepe. Something about this card, and in the right hands, can cause some serious chaos, and he is going to be evolvable very, very soon. Now, a free option in the free season pass, Ethan Nwaneri. If you get there level 25, with how much SP EA are putting on the game, you should hit it pretty quickly. Try him out, boys. Trust me, he is a lethal finisher. The shooting is insane. The body type as well. Is it just average medium? It is, which kind of works with these dribbling stats here because he feels physical and can roll players easily. Now, there's a lot of really good heroes this year. We've got the likes of Joe Cole. We've got the likes of Manaman, also Ibarbo, Javinho, Brolin as well can also play out wide. So all these guys have got no doubts they're going to be really good this year. Jared Bowen. I actually really enjoyed this man's card. I thought he was super unique and really, really powerful when it came to hitting the line and cutting in with that strong left foot of his. And I was scoring some really good finesse shots with him. A few budget picks as well. The likes of Mbuemo. Really good. Only the 2-star weak foot lets him down, but still really, really nice. Lauren James for 4.6k is too cheap. Let me quickly have a look at her base play styles here, bro, because come on, man. She's got all you need. 5-star, 4-star as well. That's a crazy, crazy good card, bro. Luani. This card's cracked. Absolutely cracked. I do think she's a little bit premium now and probably not worth completing at this point, though. Oscar Bob. I tell you what, we used him a little bit this weekend and I was impressed with the dribbling, but he did feel a little bit slower than maybe I was expecting. I know it's just me. Let me know if you've used him. But that was when he was like 120k. So he's 40k now, a lot more reasonable and definitely a decent option. I've got no doubts about that one, boys. There's Ibarbo, really good. Same with Javinho. Ibarbo, especially this year with the physicality and the speed, just basically a battering ram. And another really good budget pick is this Cascarino card. Like NWSL chemistry. Her and a player like Rodman, for example. Yeah, you cannot go wrong with these cards. Rodman in particular, just mad. The speed, but it's not just the speed. Technically, she's also really good. All right, so the left-hand side, and yeah, here we are. Here we are, boys. Claudia Pina. Now, if you've watched my reviews or my streams, every single team I'm playing against has one card every single time, and it's Claudia Pina. She is everywhere right now, and her price has gone from 5k. I remember tweeting out like day 2 saying her card was crazy, and at the time she was like 5k. She went up to like 100k, and she's come back down now to 37. She just has all you need in game. Low driven, crazy broken. The speed is a lie. She's so much faster. The dribbling, she essentially is a fidget spinner. She could play up front as a striker with finesse, game changer, ticky, technical, incisive, and dead ball. The only thing she's missing as a striker is the role. That's essentially it. You're inside forward as a left wing. She's just beyond broken. And if you want to be super meta, that's your card right there, boys. Claudia Pina. Really good options though. Kvaratskhelia, 70k. This guy's a little bit bigger, but still the dribbling's really nice. You've also got Inventive, which isn't the best base playstyle plus, which is a bit of a shame if you'd much rather have like an incisive, a technical, or a finesse, but at least he's got the base versions. 5-star as well. PSG links. A lot of pro players would be a fan of this man. Mallory Swanson. This card is an absolute demon. Like, she fits into that similar kind of category of a Pina or Rodman. Just super quick, cracked, direct, and will score you goals. Guro Reiten, similar kind of vibe. She's actually in my main team right now as my left midfielder. Cutting in with the finesse shots. She is an absolute chaos causer. Rodrigo, it's the team of the week card. Of course, his goal card is pretty decent as well, but any Rodrigo card, I think, fits the meta, and you can't go wrong with either of them. Of course, this one's more of a right mid, but the team of the week is a left midfielder. Nico Williams, speed, dribbling, he has it all, and the finishing actually isn't too bad. Might let you down occasionally, but for the most part, if you stick to the finesse shots, you'll be just fine. Salma Paralluelo. Versatility, left mid, left wing, right wing, and striker. I do think left hand side is the best place for her, being 4-star. Utilize the game changer, the Trivellas on a strong foot, but feel free to cut in and finesse shot as well. Little budget pick, by the way. Alba Redondo. If you're on a serious budget and you've got a Salma, for example, you've packed a Pina and you want a nice chemistry option, Alba Redondo, really, really good in game. She feels super fast, super quick, really cracked. And playstyles. Look, finesse, low driven, game changer, first touch and quick step for 1.5k. Ticks all the boxes. Rafael. Game changer, incisive, rapid, trickster, quick step, the speed, the dribbling, the 5-star, 4-star combination. And he's big. He's big in game, and I'm a fan of that. I have to shout him out, boys, because when I reviewed him, I wasn't the biggest fan, and I still think 45k might be a bit steep, but in the right hands, he can be really good. Low driven, also enforcer. Honestly, if this man could play as a striker, he would be crazy. Like Mateta vibes. But still, if you've got the fodder, you like the player, by all means get it done there. And then Tabitha Shawinga. Super cheap and crazy good in game. So for strikers, you've got some really meta, crazy good options under 250k. Wilson, probably being the top of the lot here. Like, you've got all you need. The dribbling, the speed, the 5-star weak foot with all the fantastic base play styles. First touch is actually super effective as well. And this card will just do the business for you, mate. Really good chemistry links as well. If you need to get the NWSL links in, players we've touched on in this video for sure. She's brilliant for 200k with every penny. Hugo Ekitike, with how overpowered his goal card was, I've got no doubts this one is going to be ridiculous in game. The shooting, solid. The speed. He's the most Thierry Henry-esque player in game that isn't called Thierry Henry. All he's missing is a playstyle plus. Picture this man with a finesse shot, or even a low-driven playstyle plus. It would elevate the card, man. Victor Gyökeres. Now, let's talk about Enforcer playstyle plus, because in my opinion right now, I'm leaning towards more of the bigger players. I use Haaland's player of the month. I've been using Gyökeres. I've also been using this man. And I think Enforcer on the bigger builds is really effective. Like, literally hold up with the left trigger. Defenders don't know what day it is. They're running around you. They're circling around you. You turn around, you shoot, you score. Big Victor, in my opinion, is one of the most broken cards in this game right now. Partner him with like a Haaland or even a Mateta who doesn't have a playstyle plus, but just the base playstyle alone is super effective. Lord Harry himself with a 93 shooting and low driven. This man's been a catalyst for me in the gauntlet. I've been using him as my team 2, not quite the main team, but in the second team. And this guy finishes his dinner, mate. Finishes his dinner. He's not the quickest when it comes to carrying the ball, as you can tell by the speed, agility, and balance. But technically, on the ball, the left stick control is okay. And the shooting, that's what you'll notice. Alexander Isak. I'm a little bit hot. There's something about this card, right, that doesn't really like tick all the boxes for me. I don't know what it is. Having used him a fair bit, he dominates against me. Like, I struggle to play against it. But when I've used him, certain games he's been good, certain games he hasn't. But for the most part, you've got everything you need here. Like the speed, the shooting, the dribbling, as well as the finesse shot playstyle plus alone. And now that he's 43k, I think that's a really good pickup for the boy. Pajor, 13,000 finesse shot. Look at the stats. Look at the shooting. And the chemistry links to Barca and the Liga F. The only real letdown here is the freestyle in my opinion, and the passing. She's not much of a link-up player, she's more of a goal scorer, but still 13k is cheap. Similar story of Lautaro Martinez. They're essentially fodder at this point, boys. Game changer plus, really good. Like, I kid you not, Chavelas, they do exist on this game, especially in the box. Just outside the box like it was last year is not a thing. Inside the box, definitely you will deliver. Tovan we actually used yesterday as a striker. He's base cam, but I think as a striker is the better place due to the role pluses here, advanced forward and also false 9. This guy is Griezmann-esque in the way he moves and will deliver you goals and assists. I've got no doubts. But probably one of the most broken strikers for me is Demorne. The shooting, the dribbling, the pace. She's so fast and so responsive on the ball. The left stick control is chaotic. And the finishing, don't even get me started. She was my striker in my 15-0. Yeah, she'll have a place in my heart for this year for sure, boys. 22k. When she gets a promo card, I will be keeping my eye out for it. Marcus Rashford, I say budget, he's still 6.5k. But this guy, every year, man. Every year. And if Evos were the same as last year and we were getting usable Evos, like Evos that actually made these cards, you know, good enough to be in most our main teams, Marcus would be a heavy hitter for sure. This guy just feels overpowered. You've also got a lot of heroes and icons that are now under 250k. Players to keep an eye out for sure and try it yourself. I haven't used too many of them. The players I have used, Melito, low driven playstyle plus, really solid, as well as Morientes. He's got precision header, which is not the best playstyle, but for a bigger player, and as I said, I like these bigger kind of physical strikers, he ticks the boxes for me. But let me know if there's a hero or icon that you've been using up front that maybe I should try out. Now, a lot of the season pass cards wouldn't have featured in this video. I know we touched on Tomori as well as the Moneri, but players like Kobe Mainu, Conor Gallagher, even Charles, Niam Charles, the left back, they're all cards that are really good and definitely worth checking out. Kobe for me has been a fantastic CDM. This Charles card here, absolutely brilliant. There's something about her in game that just feels quick and aggressive and really solid, which is ironic because she's got very low strength and aggression, but really good when it comes to getting stuck in and carrying the ball. So you can't go wrong with players like this as well. And also an honourable shout out to Gallagher. It's a shame he doesn't have a CDM position, because this card would be unbelievable there. But that's where I'm going to end it, boys. Let me know if there's any players I've missed, because let's be real, I probably have. I try my best to cover as many of the good cards that I've been trying out in recent times. Another guy, actually, before we end it off here, is Rodgers. How could I forget the boy? He's got base enforcer, and he's really good in the central areas, as well as Patrick Schick, a really interesting card that you can get for cheap as chips just by completing, I believe it's the Semenyo SBC. Let me know if I'm wrong, but at least one part of that, you get this man out of it. But that's it, boys. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know the favorite players that you're trying right now. Smash a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new. Catch you later.